And now, a WGBS News special report.
Joey Cavalieri, come on up here, Joey Cavalieri. Okay, this editor on the Flash books, Brave and Bold, and Talking to Green Lanterns, Mr. Joey Cavalieri.
This guy gave me a nice start in showbiz.
Did he really? There you
Yeah. All these careers I've ruined over the years. It's amazing.
Well, that's it. Okay, right here, sir.
Speaking of characters that have slowed slightly, this is actually a compliment. You've done a great job bringing Legion of Superheroes back.
Yeah. You know that?
It's shifting for a tiny bit, but that's understandable.
Yeah.
Is there a plan to expand on them? Because there's 30 characters in this game.
The goal was on this one because, again, the problem with Legion of Superheroes is the big cast. And my personal problem, I'm going to speak out of school for a couple of seconds because that's the way DC Nation works. My biggest problem with Legion of Superheroes was the lack of Superboy as the inspiration for the team. That was so key to the origin, so key to so much going on there. Without that, without a Superboy to inspire the team, it sort of lost its own purpose. It just became a team. You know, it was something set in the future, but it didn't have a real tether to what was going on in the DCU currently. What we're trying to do is rebuild that tie, rebuild that sensibility, and ultimately, hopefully, rebuild the Legion where we feel it's a strong and powerful set of characters in the DCU again. Well,
Does it have to be Superboy?
I think it does.
Flash?
We're going to get to the Flash in about 2 seconds, sir.
I second that.
Yeah, I know, you're all Flash right now, too. But anyway, that's one of the things, and one of the goals with Adventure Comics is to give each one of the characters a chance to have a spotlight again. You know, everybody says, oh, it's only a few pages for Legion, but again, quite honestly, when I first got into Legion of Superheroes, they were the backup in Superboy. You know, so if you could, they were able to find a way to make those characters interesting and exciting. You don't have to put all 30 characters on stage every issue. You know, you have a great cast and there's a lot of great dynamics there. So we're trying to explore those right now. Okay? Yes, sir. Again.
Yes, regarding Adventure Comics, which is what you're doing with Connor Kent, where you have him with ledgers of what Superman would do, as opposed to what Lex Luthor would do. It sounds as though with the idea of a kid walking around the swamp, this guy says he's going to be just his greatest friend as well as his greatest enemy.
Yeah.
Do you feel you're trying to maybe duplicate what was done on Smallville? I mean, the idea.
I'd like to think Smallville follows us. No, I'm not kidding. One of the things, I mean, you know what? They're all the same characters. They have the same basis. They have the same origins. And a good story is a good story. And if there's an interesting story to explore, then we'll do it. You know, regardless if it feels like it comes close to Smallville or comes close to a movie or it comes close to a newspaper strip. Great stories are great stories. Yeah. Well, again, that was always the plan. You know, that was one of the things that we were always planning for when he had gone in Infinite Crisis was we just weren't sure exactly where, but we always knew there was a return strategy there. Against the wall, sir.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Okay, you next, yeah. Okay. No, go. You go sitting first, standing next.
Okay, Wednesday comics are awesome.
Oh, thank you.
One thing I noticed is it's on newsprint.
Yep.
And it looks awesome.
Right.
I mean, is it possible to go back to the comics being on newsprint, cut down the cost?
Actually, the funny part about it is that going to newsprint doesn't save much money. It really doesn't, and given the coloring techniques today, I mean, Ethan, as an artist, would you like to see your work on newsprint or the glossy paper?
Maybe once,
Yeah.
just for fun, but I mean, really, you know, so much is done. The colorists are artists in and of themselves these days.
I mean, the style and the amount of effort and the amount that a colorist brings has increased exponentially with computer coloring. So you see so much more going on there, and so much that would be lost on newsprint. It just bleeds into the paper. We all worked on Wednesday Comics knowing that we're going to be on this bigger format. So you changed your way of doing business because of the size. But if you brought it down to comic book size again, you take a look at the kids' books. Those are on newsprint, and you can see how they get a little murky at times when you see other books there. Okay, against the wall.
All right. Two quick questions.
Sure.
Number one, there's rumors on the internet that Green Arrow Black Canary is canceled. Is that true?
That's absolutely false. But you know what? I hate answering rumors, but in this particular case, I'm going to say it. It's absolutely false. Okay.
I love it personally. It's been getting a lot of flack, but the Black Canary is back up to
Yeah,
some of my favorites.
okay, and let me explain something too. I mean, what's interesting about that too is that one of their agendas on Green Arrow, Black Canary, and one of the things that I encourage the most on this, They are going to great extents trying to introduce new characters. And one of the things that I think that's interesting about the DC Universe right now, and I think one of the things that everybody's reacting to, hopefully very positively, is the introduction of a lot of new ideas and concepts to the DCU. The color core, all the different colors, are brand new, even though they feel like it's tied to the DC Universe. With what Grant has got going on in Batman and Robin, he's got all these new villains in there that they feel like it's part of Batman's lore, but they're brand new. You see these things going on, new characters in Green Arrow and Black Canary. You see new ideas appearing in so many places right now, and that's essential to us because I think what you're starting to get is a sense that people are reacting to something that feels fresh again. And so we're going to constantly try to do that, not to discard everything. That's a big mistake. I mean, Ethan and I were talking about that just at lunch, about what's good to keep, what's not to keep, and how to find that right blend. And for our sake, we're going to try to find that right blend just to freshen the pot a little bit.
Second question, real quick. I'm real excited about the return of Brother Power and the Geek. And
Why? Why? I mean, honestly, why?
Whoa, wait till you read it.
Oh, okay. Is it really? Because, Joey, why did you do that?
Because Mr. Szynski. and I gotta tell you, I bought those two comics off the stands back in 1960. And I enjoyed them. I thought it was like this kind of misguided attempt to do underground comics by a bunch of guys back in 19 whatever.
Whatever it was, yeah.
any chance for Brother Power Collected Edition with all of the appearances?
It would be a very thin
book. Very thin book.
on newsprint.
That's it. Let me switch it up for a second because I want to ask a question because we talked a little bit about Blackest Night and Green Lantern. We got into Adventure Comics. Flash! How we going, guys? Okay, there we go. Okay, who's reading Flash right now? Where are we going? Right there, green shirt, plaid, right? Yep, right there. What are you reading? What do you like? Yep, you.
Oh, cool. Actually, I need to ask kind of a question related. In the end of All Flash, there was a picture of the Flash ring shooting a Batman uniform that I could have swore that I saw. And I'm wondering what that's all about.
When was this? When was this?
At the end of All Flash.
Oh!
Wally says, Howard's what's coming up for the Flash.
Yes. I think that was more set up for the ongoing series after Rebirth. I think that's what it might be for right there, okay? But anyway, Flash people, what are we liking about the Flash all the way against the wall back there?
The story's great. It's the fact that Jeff Johns never throws anything away, and he incorporates all elements from past storylines that explains it away. Makes it feel like a family.
That's sweet. What else we got here? What else? Green Lantern, Flash.
I like it because it does kind of last issue kind of started to explain the Speed Force and kind of had a nice new twist on it. The Speed Force wasn't just this nebulous concept out there; that it was actually tied directly to Barry Allen's origin.
Right.
I again like about Jeff Johns is that, like he said, never throws anything away. We saw the return of Max Mercury last issue. That got a lot of love.
Almost as much as the Brother Power of the Geek.
But again, it was nice. It's so many, again, the reaction so much nowadays seems to be throw stuff away, get rid of it, destroy what we don't like or what we disagree with, and Jeff kind of goes the opposite. He brings stuff back and he reestablishes things and makes everything interesting.
You've been watching WGBS TV.